As promised, I am back to give you an update on the Canada Caregiver Pilot Program. If you're yet to see my previous video where I discussed in detail what this program entails, I'm going to be linking it in this video and of course in the description so you can watch that video to understand the full extent of this program. However, one of the requirements of this program, which is the job offer, I know it is one of the demotivating factors of a lot of people about this very juicy program that the Canadian government is putting out. And I'm here to help you make that process easier by telling you how to go about, searching for jobs or getting a job offer, to come to Canada using this route. So welcome to yet another video on Moments with D. On this platform, I talk about Canada immigration tips, my life as an immigrant here in Canada and while I was in the UK, and just generally having fun on this channel. I am sure this is one channel you do not want to miss, so definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Turn on the post notification bell as well so that you can get notified whenever I post juicy videos just like this one. For those that might not be keen on going to, watching that video, I am just going to give a quick recap of the Canada Caregiver Pilot Program. So there is a care program prior to now that Canada actually operates and, closed, I think, June the 19th, as at the time of making this video. Of course, that program is no longer available except for those that already have, applications in and waiting for feedback on that application. So this new Caregiver Pilot Program, which is yet to launch, this program is here to replace that program. And this one, unlike that one, allows you to get your permanent residency upon arrival in Canada as a caregiver. This news was brought to the public on June 3rd of this year 2024, and since then everybody has been wondering how to take advantage of this program, and I am here to make that journey seamless for you. One of the requirements, of course, is secondary school living certificate, minimum of a secondary school living certificate. And for most Nigerians that have been in my DM, that can be your NECO, it can be your WAEC, even if you have like maybe a nurse diploma or something, those things can suffice for a secondary school living certificate. However, you will need to have those certificates evaluated, which means regardless, you need to do your educational credential evaluation, that is your ECA, with either WES or the likes. I am going to be dropping a video probably immediately after this one on how to do your WES evaluation, so you also want to watch that as well. So regardless of whatever it is you want to use as your minimum certification for secondary school, equivalent to the Canada High School Living Certificate, you need to have that evaluated, and you need to do that now before it is time for you to actually begin application. Another requirement is your language test. And, I got a lot of questions, particularly from my peeps in the UK, about if they can use the UKVI, language test for this. No, you can only use the general English language test for Canada immigration. So either IELTS, CELPIP, at TEF, if you're going to be using French and all that. So you need a Canada recognized language test to come into Canada, and it is general, not academic. So don't make that mistake registering for IELTS academic or a language, academic language test as against the general language test. The very third thing you need for, as a part of the requirement for this, program is the work experience. So you need a relevant work experience to be able to explore this route as well. And you need a minimum of, 1 year experience, right? So whether it's volunteering experience, personal experience, or a professional experience, you need an experience, to be able to go through this pathway. And this experience is what you're going to be having in your CV, of course, to be able to get a job offer in Canada. Now, speaking about CVs, you need to understand that your CV has to be in a Canadian format for you to be able to get a job offer in Canada. So you need to either, get someone that already has a job in Canada to help you review whatever CV you've put together, or, get professional help in getting your CV put together so that you can highlight the key points that will stand you out in getting your job offer in Canada. Because regardless of whatever, ways I am putting out here for you to get jobs, jobs and the links I'm going to be dropping and all that, if your CV is not in the right format, or you are not highlighting the things that you need to get a job, unfortunately, you will not be able to meet the fourth requirement, which is getting a job offer, before you can come into Canada via this route, and all efforts might just prove to have been wasted. So you actually need to be able to get your CV in the right format to get a job in Canada. Now to the crux of this matter, which is getting a job. While still on work experience and being able to get, leading to the fourth one, which is being able to get a job offer coming into Canada using this route, right? There are some salient or necessary things that you need on your CV to help put you in that light, to help you stand out and miss other applicants and consequently get a job in Canada. And I'm just going to quickly breeze through some of those things that you require. One, you need a certification in first aid and CPR. Because you are in the healthcare profession and you're going to be dealing with people that are semi-independent or totally dependent on you, you are required to have basic first aid knowledge and CPR knowledge to be able to carry out your job function efficiently. So you can go online to check. You can just Google free first aid courses near me, or even some paid ones that are not so expensive that you can afford to be able to get this certification on your CV. It is very key to understand that this certification stands you out amongst many that will not know these requirements, which is why you're watching this video, of course. So you need that certification, and you can check out Florence or Allison. I'm going to be dropping the link to these ones as well in the description. They are mostly free that you can access to have the certification on your CV. Also, ensure that whatever first aid or CPR course you're going to be putting on your CV has a dementia course component included in the course, or you have like a dementia, course or certification, separately. Dementia is one of the very common, illnesses that is, associated with aged people. So, or aged. It's aged, not aged. With aged people. So you want to also ensure that you actually have the certification, or you understand what dementia generally entails. Another thing you need as well, a nice to have, of course, is gerontological experience. And one thing I tell lots of people is that Canada has an aging population, which is the reason why Canada opened its border to large immigrants into the country. So, gerontology, basically, according to Wikipedia, gerontology is the study of social, cultural, physiological, cognitive, and biological aspects of aging. So basically, you need experience handling aged people. So whether it's your maternal grandmother, your great grandmother, your grandma, whatever it is, you need that experience. Or if it's a professional experience, you've worked in a care home or a private, home care for the aged, you need that experience as well. Is a nice to have, really, to stand you out on your CV. Another nice to have requirement or certification is the Food Safety Level 1 certificate. This is also like in demand, and most job description or recruiters require this certification to help you land a caregiving job faster in Canada. And really, there are quite a number of them, online. Some of them are actually paid for, but they are quite affordable. So they are something that you should be able to afford, particularly, to help you achieve your aim of migrating to Canada, and upon arrival, you get your permanent residency. Another thing you would also require is your COVID vaccination. Yes, as much as we know that, okay, the COVID-19 as a pandemic itself, is over now, but COVID is still out there. So one of the requirements, by some, hiring managers and, some, recruiting firms as well for a caregiver job is your full COVID-19 vaccination. So some of you guys that ran away from COVID-19 vaccinations, you need to get your vaccination completed and have that your vaccination card to be able to land your dream job as a caregiver here in Canada. One other thing like it as well is your immunization record or certificate. You need to be able to prove that you've had your full immunization, and some of these might even go further to ask you for a tuberculosis test in the last 1 year, or a measles test evidence or proof as well. from back home where I'm from, getting your immunization record might actually be quite difficult. So you might just want to get like your tuberculosis test done, or get your measles jab, and that is all that you need to prove for your immunization. Another requirement is to be physically fit to handle the job. Like I tell most people, care is not just a means to an end. It is a very regulated occupation, and it's an occupation that requires like lots of love and physical ability. You're going to be lifting, like I said, people that are semi-independent or solely dependent on you. So you might need to do some maneuvering, lifting, helps here and there and all. And it's often required that you are able to even lift goods or materials, or even a person of like 50 kg or above. Some actually put that specification as well. So you need to be physically fit. In fact, not just physically fit, emotionally like ready to do this job. As much as it is a route to migrating into Canada, you should understand that people are literally, relying on you to be to do your best so that they can be at their best as well. So you need to be physically fit. It is one of the requirements for this job, and some actually state it like literally on the job description for this role. To the crux of the matter, right? How do you get a job offer before coming into Canada, or to enable you come into Canada using this route? Now, I am going to be doing this, or we are going to be searching together the Canada Job Bank, looking for, available jobs on available care jobs that are willing to sponsor foreign skilled workers to come into Canada using this route. Now, I'm just going to show like those already in Canada that are also watching this video, how they can also filter for theirs while we are watching, while we are going through the Canada Job Bank together. So you go on Google and just type in Canada Job Bank. It's as easy as that. So you might see like a lot of different ones, but just look out for the one that is actually like from Canada itself. So some actually go into these jobs in Canada for foreigners and all that, but really just go to the one that has the gc.ca, like that's the one, the Canada Job Bank itself. So you click on that one, and it brings you down here, and just keep scrolling. So you just, go ahead and click on advanced search. And from your advanced search, you scroll down. So you can easily like filter with different things if you want day shift, night shift and all that. But because we are specifically focusing on this, route, so we are looking for something more permanent, right? So you just, keep scrolling down. You can see like different work group and all that. So just keep scrolling, and then you want to filter for the provinces. Now for this route, it's best to just pick all the provinces. So you click on every of the provinces, and it will load a bit for to select like all the cities in those provinces. So you just click on that. So it takes a while, really just a little while to load, and you click on every of that province really, so that at least you'll be able to get a job in various provinces, and then you can now decide on which of them you want to go ahead and take. And because you are looking for a job that is going to be willing to use this route, right, and because you don't have like a settled status in Canada, it's best to like increase your chances rather than maybe pick only Ontario that might have like minimal jobs, right? So these are just some of the job sources. You can still go ahead and check for verified jobs and all that, but by the time you use this actual filter, go by step through this process, it will filter out all those placements and the ones that are not going to be willing to bring out foreign nationals. Now this job category is very important. So these are all the job categories, right, that are available, but specifically you're looking at health occupation. So you click on health occupation. Now it will drop down to show you all the health occupations that are categorized under this, but you are looking for nurse aides, elderly and patient services, right? So that is the one you want to leave checked. So you want to uncheck all the other ones, and if you see the loading, it's just because I'm unchecking the other ones, right? So you remove all the other ones you don't want. Now I'm also selecting other assisting occupation in support of health services, because some jobs actually go under that category, that they are also under this home care home care, right? So I leave that one as well, but I'm just unchecking the rest. So you just keep scrolling to ensure that you take out everything that you don't want, so that only the jobs that you specifically want are the ones that will be showing. And if you see the view up there, the moment you keep on checking those ones, the number of jobs that are available keeps reducing. So that just shows you, like, imagine if you have not selected only one province, you can imagine that. So you just uncheck everything and you can outrightly see the jobs that you have, under your category, right? So I'm taking out all the ones I don't want. And maybe if you're looking for a manager role as well, so you can actually just play around this filter, right? You can play around this to see what you have available, what you can actually work around and all that. You can actually play around it. So once you're done on checking that, just verify, scroll up to verify and be sure that, is what you want to select that you have. So as at the time of making this video, we have 762 jobs under the nurse aid or the healthcare category. So once you're done, doing all that, then you scroll down. You can still use any of this filter, but when you scroll down, you see that of these 762, right, Canadians and authorized workers, those that have maybe right to work, open work permits, whatever, they have 350 jobs. So that is the 762 that I was talking about. But the ones that are open for both Canadians and international candidates are that 142. So that is what you are going to click. So you just ensure that you are selecting, the 149 that is open to Canadians and international candidates. So click on that 149 and then you're going to see the available jobs, that are open to those ones. So I hope you got the step by step. I'm doing this so that you can see the total jobs that are available and you can literally see, what you have left. So those that are in Canada, like I said, that are looking for, jobs as well, you can just click the one at the top or click the entire 769 and you can start your application that way. But specifically for those that are, foreign workers, you're not in Canada and you are looking at, how to search a job, click on the one with the 149. And once you go ahead, voila, we are here. Now, these are the jobs. You will see all the filter at the top. So you are checking all provinces and everything that is categorized under this. And see clinic assistance medical. You can click on that to check. Now, see this one, direct apply healthcare aid. So I'm going to be clicking on that and opening it in another tab, right? So that it doesn't take us out of here. So you just keep looking through, see nurse aid, personal support aid, medical. Just keep checking, for all the jobs that you have here. And like I said, have your CV ready so that with your CV, you are like good to go. Now, for the one I clicked on, let's go see what their requirements are. So this job is in Cornwall, Ontario, and see secondary school certificate is what they are looking for. And they say experience, they will train you. So this one now, like if you know that you don't even have, experience, quickly rush and come and apply for this one. See the task you're going to be performing. See weight lifts. I was telling you about the weight, lifting and all that. That's part of what you're going to be doing. And see the working condition. They want you to be, it's a fast-paced environment, repetitive tasks, attention to details, combination and all that. They want personal awareness, judgment and everything. So you just scroll down, see, it show you how to apply. If you click on that, of course, it will show you exactly how to apply for this job and you go ahead and apply for that. And see when they are going to stop collecting application 10th of July. So you want to ensure that you put in your application before then. Note that this employer accepts application from other candidates that do not have work permit, as you can see. Let's check, another job. This other one, this healthcare aid as well. So this particular one is in Bourne Bay Secondary School as well. They are going to train, work setting, nursing home or home for the aged. It's like we said. Now, see this one, certificate. They need first aid certificate. So these things I mentioned earlier, I didn't just, import it from somewhere. They need someone that has this first aid certificate and see additional information. In fact, they will do the criminal record check. It's a fast-paced environment as well. See the weightlifting I said, 50 pounds, 23 kg. So they need it up to that. So see your personal suitability, like they list all these things there. So all the requirements I mentioned earlier, is not like I just went to go and import them, or I'm just trying to scare you or make it difficult. See the how to apply. I clicked on it, and this is what they say you should do. Get your cover letter ready, letter of recommendation, and they've told you exactly how to apply for this. This one is closing 8th of July. So you just, this is just very easy. And I did it on my phone to let you know that it is easy to also like put together. It's not difficult, right? So there are a lot of jobs available. You scroll through it, look through them, put these things together, your application. In fact, some of them, they say you don't even need, they will train you. So now imagine if you have like, the requirements. This is another one, secondary school as well. And you see again, first aid certification is required. So I just want you to see everything that you have or that you require here, and to understand, what you're getting yourself into. And of course, you should apply for as many as possible. In fact, apply for every one of them if you can. I'll definitely come back to show you, other ways that you can apply as well. But also another thing you can do is take note of, the companies that you applied to, right? You can go onto their company website themselves as well, and also check for other openings that they might not put on the job bank, but they have in that organization. And that's just how you put in as many applications as possible. At this point in this video, I believe that you should be sharing this content with your friends, family, someone that would benefit from this video. You should, of course, have liked this video at this point, because really, why are you not liking this video? You're getting value, of course. That's, I know, right? Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you if you stuck with me to this point. I am going to be doing a part 2 where I'm going to be talking about, like top recruitment, care recruitment agencies as well, that you should be following or looking to applying to them as well, to help you get a job in readiness for the launch of this pilot program. So you should definitely subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification bell so that you don't miss out on that video. Until I come your way in my next video, thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed. Bye.